Welcome to the Dan Casper Show podcast, your chance to catch the full show anytime, anywhere. If you missed it live on the radio, no worries. We've got you covered with all the sports talk, opinions, interviews, and conversations from the show. From the Packers to the Brewers to the biggest stories in sports and around Wisconsin, it's all right here. This is the Dan Casper Show podcast. All right, second hour kicking off right now on this Thursday morning, the Thursday of March Madness. Thanks for hanging out with us and making us a part of your start on this Thursday morning. Continue to send us your brackets, your Final Four picks, your national championship picks, and how far you got Wisconsin going in this thing. All right, so send those on over, 715-830-1912, or hit us up on the Section 105 chat on YouTube. I want to talk a little bit more football here, too, because something I think I saw a little bit of it, but maybe not a lot of people are too aware of it, and I don't know if this is going to be something that would interest people this weekend with March Madness going on. It's probably not the greatest time. Did you hear about this Fanatics Flag Football Classic? Yeah. So they did the draft yesterday and such. Okay. But it's three teams, like Tom Brady's involved in this thing. So there's three teams. Logan Paul's in it too, I think. With it. But yeah, there's like three teams in this thing. And team founders, the captains are Tom Brady and Jalen Hurts. But you've got Ashton Genty, Alvin Kamara, Rob Gronkowski, weird on Tom Brady's team, Antoine Winfield Jr., Devontae Smith, Stephon Diggs, Von Miller, DeMar Hamlin, Patrick Peterson, Terrence Crawford. So Team Wildcats, captains are Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow, Logan Paul, because why not, Saquon Barkley, Kyle Juszczyk, Odell Beckham Jr., Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, Derwin James Jr., Luke Kuechly, Jalen Ramsey. Is it iShow Speed? Is Show Speed? I don't know who that is.
I think it's iShow Speed.
iShow Speed. So now there's Team USA. I think that's because the actual legit Team USA flag football team. Now, not for the Olympic one, but there is like a Team USA one over there. So you've got Velton Brown Jr., Isaiah Calhoun, Nico Caceres, Mike Daniels, Laval Davis, Tyler Davis, Jedi High, Jamie Kennedy, Laderick Smith, and Sean Thread Jr. So I'm kind of curious. I'm surprised it's not maybe I'm just missing it a whole lot, but I'm a little surprised because it's this Saturday. It's Saturday at 3:00 during obviously March Madness and such. So I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out, to be honest with you. I mean, it's a 5-on-5 flag football tournament, three teams involved, so I might tune in a little bit. You know, it's one of those you might have to have two TVs on for hoops and maybe a little bit of flag football action. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Tom Brady trying to throw football again.
He's in shape all the time, though, man.
I still think he could play. I don't know how he does it, but I still think he could play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that Team USA is a USA football men's national team. So it's that group on there, which, you know, they're probably saying, hey, the Olympics and such, we're already a Team USA, on there. So, and this is, I think, their chance for a lot of those guys to say, hey, we should be the team that represents the USA in the Olympics. Probably, maybe there'll be a couple guys, but I don't know how that's going to work out because there's too many, I think, NFL people and people like Rob Gronkowski that I think would play in the Olympics if they had a chance to. So.
Yeah, so here's the problem. What if USA just loses? Like first round exit. I don't
that would, or this one or
just this.
Oh, this? Then I think they've got no.
They're. This is your time to show, and if you can't win this, they're not taking you to the Olympics.
Yeah, unless there's maybe one or two players that come off that team. But, I mean, and I think the other part, the NFL's got to figure this out, and teams are going to have to sign off on, their pro players and such kind of. Because it is flag football. Obviously, the NBA allows their players to go in the Olympics and such. But, we just saw a World Baseball Classic, which was awesome. The whole tournament was awesome. But then you had restrictions on players from their teams, like into the final. It was like I was watching it, and They got the managers got the instructions from their ball clubs like, well, this pitcher's only allowed to pitch in a safe situation. This pitcher's not available. You can't throw this guy out there. You can't play this guy. So it's like when we get to the Olympics, how much say are these NFL teams going to have on their players and such too?
Would you want to see somebody like Tom Brady be quarterback for the U.S. Olympic team?
No. Okay. I think he actually has a shot to be that guy, and I think he's pushing for it.
I do too.
Now, if I were to draft the ultimate Olympic team, I'd want somebody like I'd need to know the rules first, but I'd almost want a Jayden Daniels type that if you're going to rush the guy, he's going to just outrun you.
Lamar, yeah.
No, I want somebody that maybe kind of can move around in the pocket.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, somebody like that, but honestly, I think it's going to be Brady.
I do too.
I think there's going to be a big chunk of retired or recently retired NFL people like Gronk, or maybe at that time, and Alvin Kamara might be retired at that point too. I think it's going to be some of those players. I just do. So, I mean,
they should win it anyway.
If Team USA does not win flag football in the Olympics, we got a huge problem.
Yeah,
a huge problem. It's just no, that cannot happen. I not to be naive or anything like that, but what other country can come in and beat Team USA in football? That is our sport. It's not like baseball where it is worldwide or soccer is worldwide. Football is our sport. There should be no other country that could come in and beat us.
Well, and baseball is like any given day because of the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Football, we should win.
Yes. It 100%. So I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out. We'll see. But with football, this is kind of my ASAP Used Auto Parts, Conrad's Auto Salvage. Enough is enough. Where is this? Did this start with a social media thing about trading Jayden Reed? Because I've seen more people talk about this, and I know you mentioned it. Did this just pop up out of somewhere? Because I try to stay off Twitter a lot now because it's a dark place and all that. But did this is this a social media thing, or are people just speculating like, okay, they've got Watson and Golden and those guys, and Tucker Kraft's coming back, and Jayden Reed's going to be up for an extension. Should they just trade him while they get something? Is that what it is pretty much coming down to? Do you know? That
was going to be my question today, because that's what I've heard too. Like, he's almost expendable, and I don't see him that way at all.
No.
And it's interesting that people do, but that's what I'm hearing. Like why we have enough receivers. We just lost Dobbs. That means we do not have enough receivers. So please don't trade him.
But there's no problem. Enough is enough with this. Like, this. I think people have this mindset. Okay, we've got enough, so we can trade him and get something in return. Enough is enough with that mindset. Do we need to remember what happened last year with all the injuries? It's okay to have depth, right? I get it. Then he might walk, and you don't get anything in return right away for a trade piece. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, if he can help out my team this year, if you have a window, right? We're not the Dolphins where we're trying just to rebuild and accumulate some picks. I want as many talented players as possible on this thing. And Jayden Reed is one of the more talented weapons on the offensive side. So I hope it's not because they've signed Sky Moore, so they got somebody like, stop it.
No.
Enough is enough with, it was like the Malik Willis thing after the first year. They're like, hey, trade Malik Willis for a high pick. No, you don't. What happens if Love missed time like he did this year? It's fine to have good depth. Yeah, you may not get a decent draft pick in return for it, but for crying out loud, I don't want to operate like that all the time. Well, I want good people.
What are they going to get for him? Like, yeah, you could get Josh Sweat, but Josh Sweat is not the guy you want on this team. He's Rashawn Gary 2.0. We do not want him on this roster. And Jayden Reed can add so much value to our team. And, I mean, let's say he gets hurt again, which nobody wants.
Right.
But then maybe you get him for a Christian Watson type deal. 2 years, really cheap, go prove it. Yeah, I don't see any point in trading Jayden Reed. I mean, he's going to be your week one starter.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he is incredibly valuable to this offense because I still call him the Swiss Army knife of this. You can use him in different ways and such. And, if people want to fault him for his injury last year, he made a ridiculous attempt, a ridiculous catch on the sideline and broke his collarbone landing on it by trying, making that a play. I can't fault the player for that.
Well, and he was playing through a broken foot.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, you can't, I'm not, and there's going to be people that do it, and that just mind boggles me. You can't blame the player for having an injury when the dude's making a play.
Yeah.
And it was a sweet play.
Yeah, it was.
It was, and it's just, we got to stop this just because, we have, Christian Watson and Matthew Golden and Tucker Kraft. We could try. Stop it.
Yeah.
Just stop. And that's not even a guarantee that pick is going to work out when you draft. I mean, I want to win now. And by winning now is keeping your best players if you have them, for crying out loud. So, yeah, I've seen more and more of that. And then I'm like, where is this coming from?
I think part of the thought is because we have Savion Williams, but you saw last year his inability to do what Jayden Reed did. I mean, that's why we struggled without Jayden Reed to move the ball to score. And so, I mean, maybe Savion will get there, but he needs more time.
Yes. Yeah. And, I mean, Savion's a bigger receiver, too. So, I mean, he's not going to be as shifty as Jayden Reed and such. I just, that's my enough is enough. Could we stop? Could we just stop with, let's trade Jayden Reed to get a third-round pick or something like that? Or I saw one trading him to Miami for their running back. Are we getting rid of Josh Jacobs while we're at it, too? I mean, I get it. We want two running backs, but, I mean, Josh Jacobs is probably going to be on the field more times than not. So I don't know if we quite need a running back of that level to be, a back. I can't. In
my opinion, I don't think Achane, the Dolphins running back, works in our offense because we're a ground and pound team. I mean, you saw how much we ran it last year. I really think Jacobs is going to have a bounce back year. He struggled with injuries last year and
the offensive line,
a bad
stunk.
offensive line, and so everything's setting up for a good year again. And the Packers are good with cutting running backs when they should be cut. You saw it with Aaron Jones. They'll get rid of Jacobs when they think it's necessary. What did he do 2 years ago? He dominated.
Right.
He'll get back. He may not get back to that, but he'll be good again.
Yeah. And at that point, too, it's like, okay, if you're going to get, and I'm not ready to say Marshawn Lloyd, you could count on him, but if you want another running back, I'd rather maybe find somebody in a draft.
Yeah.
A little bit younger, a little bit less wear and tear on there just to provide a little bit more depth at that spot. So, but I don't know if it's internet GMs out there or what, but it does not make sense to me because, okay, you trade him and you go in with Watson and Golden and Dontavian Wicks and Bo Melton. You're one injury away from saying, oh, crap,
He's actually got to play.
Right, yeah. Or like you mentioned, Savion. I hope Savion Williams turns into a really good player. I don't want to react after just 1 year from a rookie, but it's like, I'd rather have the depth.
Yeah.
Give me the depth. So, yikes. All right. On that note, let's take a quick break. Ed Seabaum said if anybody is saying we should get rid of Reed, block them and never hear from them again. So, all right, let's take a quick break. I want to talk some more hoops, but Bucks-wise, have we seen the last of Giannis in a Bucks uniform? Give you the latest rumblings and rumors surrounding the Greek Freak coming up after these quick words. Looking for reliable auto service right here in the Chippewa Valley? Hey, you've got a couple options, and they're both AJM Automotive with two convenient locations right here in Eau Claire. AJM Automotive makes it easy to get the care that your vehicle deserves. Whether it's routine maintenance, some brake work, engine repairs, maybe you need a new set of tires. They got you covered. Friendly experts, honest advice, quality service that gets you back on the road safely. Check out their website at ajmautomotiveservices.com and check out their Facebook page as well. And don't forget their new location open on Saturdays to help better serve you. And again, there's a good reminder with that latest snow dumping that we got. Maybe if you're planning for next year and you're like, I'm done doing this, I want somebody to plow out my driveway and such. Remember AJM Automotive for next year. And may not think about it now, but maybe with the warmer temperatures, you're thinking about lawn mowing season. They do work on small engines as well. I've had my lawnmower fixed by them too, and do a fantastic job with that. So they got you covered in multiple different ways. Let's talk some hoops, but a little bit of Bucks note. Bucks are back in action tonight as they take on the Utah Jazz. But we're not going to have Giannis in the game as he's out with a knee injury. But there is a report, multiple reports out there, not just ESPN. Eric Name from The Athletics, similar report out there too, that the Bucks essentially want to shut down Giannis for the rest of the season. And Giannis, to no surprise, is like, no, I'm not going to be shut down for the rest of the season. So now it's, I guess, kind of a wait and see sort of thing if this is actually going to happen in that. I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised that Giannis wants to play if he's able to play, right? I don't think anybody out there is surprised by that. And I don't think anybody is surprised that Bucks probably just want to say, okay, enough's enough with this too. And, you know, all the injuries that Giannis has had, they're not going to the playoffs. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but that's out of the cards now. So they're going to be in the lottery for a draft pick and such. But does this mean that we have seen the last of Giannis in a Bucks uniform potentially? We did put up a poll question, 715 Speaks poll question brought to you by Post Glasamir on Facebook. I actually was a little surprised at how the results are going so far because the way I phrased it, I said, you know, should the Bucks shut down Giannis for the rest of the season? 2 picks, yes or no, because you want to see him play his final games in a Bucks uniform. 87% now have said yes, shut him down for the rest of the season. So selfishly, I'd like to see him play just so I know in the back of my mind, like, okay, this might be the last game, you know, kind of with that mindset. But I understand it from a Bucks perspective. I hope this doesn't get messy. That's my one thing. I don't want it to get messy between the Bucks and Giannis to where, because let's be real. I think the majority of us fans would love to see Giannis still play for the Milwaukee Bucks and play for the Bucks throughout his whole career. And I don't want this to be kind of the reason why Giannis says, nope, I don't want to stay anymore because you wouldn't let me play in meaningful or meaningless games at the end of the season. Yeah. How would you handle this?
I see for the Bucks, I think I personally would let him play because, like you said, I do think he's coming to the end of his tenure with the Bucks. But it's also like we're not winning games with him. Mm-hmm. You are risking injury, which hurts if you're trying to trade him. If he gets injured, he's staying in Milwaukee likely. Mm-hmm. So I would let him play. Again, we're tanking. I mean, we lost to the Hawks by 30 with him, and then lost to the Cavs by 7 without him.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, we're not any better, wins-wise, it feels like, with him in the lineup. We're almost
better without him.
Right.
So I don't think it hurts to play him. I personally, like you said, I want to see him play his last game with the Bucks, and I don't see any point to shut him down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I look at, the thing is, too, and Giannis has to realize this year, this year was really, really bad. But I would hope that he realizes, too, like, hey, I missed a lot of time due to injury. You know, how different is this team? How different is this group or the results if he plays the majority of the season? Is it much different? I don't know. I mean, like you said, though, when he does play, the team still loses a lot of games. But with him going in and out of the lineup so much, does that affect the chemistry? Does that affect the flow? Does that affect their ability to play cohesive basketball? It's a what if that we don't really know the truthful answer to. But I hope, like, a lot of these athletes realize that, okay, if I'm missing a lot of time or if I'm hurt a lot, it's affecting my team. And I hope that just crosses Giannis's mind a little bit too. Like, how different would they be if he was healthy the whole season? Yeah.
I think the Bucks are in a tough spot because they've tried everything to put a competitive team around them. I mean, they got Dame 2 years ago. That didn't work. I mean, they cut Dame to get Turner. That didn't work. So I think for the Bucks, they're trying to figure out how to stay competitive while keeping a superstar happy, and that's never easy. I think Giannis right now is struggling to share the ball. Mm-hmm. He's a ball-dominant player, which isn't bad. We won a championship with it. But with the team we have, I mean, I was watching a little bit of the Cavs game the other night. The ball movement we have without him on the court is really good. They're passing the ball all over. Mm-hmm. And obviously, we should be better with Giannis, but it's almost interesting that we're not.
Yeah.
And you saw it didn't work because both Giannis and Dame are ball-dominant players. Mm-hmm. And so I personally think Giannis has to learn to pass more because he takes up so much space in the paint. His ability, Jokic is so good because of his ability to pass.
Yeah.
Giannis is more athletic. Giannis can be better than Jokic. He's got to learn to pass.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. We see this so many times with pro athletes and such as they get older and such. Are they willing to adapt? Are they willing to change their game a little bit more too? And is Giannis willing to do that? At this point, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have a good. I'm not trying to cop out of this. I don't have a good gauge of what the future is going to look like. I really don't. I think right now, I guess if I had to make a bet, I don't think Giannis is back with the Bucks next year. I don't. I think we will see him again this year, but I think that's going to be the last time we see Giannis in a Bucks uniform, and I hate that. Yeah, I get it from a business side, but at the same time, it's like, if Steph Curry, the Warriors aren't winning it all this year, but if Steph Curry is going to stay with the Warriors and all that, why can't Giannis stay with the Bucks? I miss that, those days when it used to be something like that. But
yeah, I'd love for him to stay. Mm-hmm. But defense wins championships. I mean, you look at the last time the Bucks won a championship is because we had a good defense and Giannis wasn't point guard like he is.
Yeah,
we had a genius in Drew Holiday who was able to move the ball around. So we're missing a lot of pieces to this roster.
Yeah. Yeah, it stinks, but I think we'll see him eventually again. I think Giannis is going to win out. What if Giannis says, hey, you're playing me because I don't want to be back and I want to say goodbye to the fans?
I mean...
Or what if he says, you don't play me, then I'm definitely don't want to be back. If you play me, then I'll come back.
Little manipulation. I could see it. I do think he'll end up playing anyways, just because, we pay him that much. You might as well play him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Can we? My question is, can we sit Doc the rest of the year? just let him sit.
I'd rather have Darvin Ham right now. I think that's, I don't know who the next head coach is going to be. There's no way Doc could be the head coach next year. There's just, stop. If he is, other people have to be let go.
Yeah.
And then those people come in, and then they let Doc go
or
something like that. It's just, that cannot happen. Cannot happen. All right, we got to take a quick break, but plenty more to get to. Let's talk some baseball coming up here, all right? We are 1 week away from opening day for the Milwaukee Brewers. So we'll talk some baseball coming up after these quick words. Accidents happen, but getting back on the road shouldn't be stressful. At Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire, you will find experienced technicians, quality craftsmanship and service that you can trust. From collision repair and dent removal to full paint work and insurance coordination, they handle the details so you do not have to. They'll restore your vehicle the right way, safely, professionally, and with attention to every detail. When your vehicle needs extra care, choose the team that puts quality first. That's Superior Auto Body in Eau Claire, bringing your vehicle back to life, one repair at a time. We are 1 week away from today for the opening day for the Milwaukee Brewers, and we do have a game tonight on the radio. So looking at the studio schedule here, just a quick note. Since it's a late game tonight for the Brewers, because they're going to be taking on the Rangers at coverage begins at 8. First pitch is going to be at 8:10. The Bucks game then is going to be on our sister station, The Farm, 95.9, 11:50 a.m. So just a little bit of a scheduling note there to pass along. But we just got, for radio-wise, tonight's game and then 3 more spring training games, and then we're off to the regular season here. So with 1 week left to go, what's maybe the last question remaining for this thing, for this team heading into it? Is it, could Lockridge unseat Blake Perkins for that primary backup outfielder? Pat Murphy the other day, after their nearly 4-hour-long spring training game where Lockridge hit his 4th home run of the spring training and it was a grand slam, acknowledged that he could be, or he is in the conversation for the opening day roster and such. Is that the last remaining question? Is it still pitching and such? How do you feel about the ball club's chances before, or how do you feel about the ball club's chances heading into the season? What are some maybe final thoughts on this last week of spring training games that you have in turn for the crew right now?
Not a ton.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of them. I'm interested to see how they look at spring training this year, just because we had Vinny Capra hit like 6 home runs last spring training, and then hit a home run on opening day and probably didn't get another hit the whole year. So I'm interested to see how they look at it. Personally, I think Blake Perkins deserves a shot. Maybe they give it to Lockridge. I think it's pretty set in stone otherwise. We'll see how Joey Ortiz does. Jet Williams obviously was optioned to the minors. So it's going to be fun. With all the injuries, though, I guess a question I could see it coming up is who's going to be the 5th starter in that rotation with Priester hurt. Is Woodruff going to be ready for opening day? Is Miz going to be the starter? I think it mostly has to do with the pitching staff, but we have so much depth that we can handle it this year. So
right, yeah, definitely. So I'm after the World Baseball Classic. I mean, so just a little bit of a note. I think I could tell this because you told me off the air. Intern's voice a little off because of World Baseball Classic. You must have gotten really into the game, but I loved it. I don't know about. I mean, it was awesome, and yeah, a lot of us wanted Team USA to win and such, but it was a close game. The whole thing with the whole tournament, I think it's such a great idea. You know, when they started a while ago, a few years ago, after the Olympics stopped having baseball in it, to have the World Baseball Classic, because it's such an even playing field, I think, too, with all the different countries represented. Yes, Japan's got it a couple times here, but now you got Venezuela winning it for the first time. Team USA has won it. I mean, you throw in the Dominican Republic, Italy as a Cinderella team this year. There's so much parity, I think, when it comes to this World Baseball Classic, that it works. And I think it was another example this year where it works.
Yeah, the Dominican Republic game was so fun to watch, but I struggle with favorites when we go into baseball season, just because anything can change. And, that we talked about how the USA is such a favorite in the World Baseball Classic and Japan is such a favorite. But baseball is a game where you almost need series, because we saw it with Japan. Venezuela was able to beat them on a good day, and Venezuela got hot. That's the only reason they won the thing. And USA...
And Team Italy beat USA, too. So
I mean, baseball is such a hard sport to have favorites for that I'm not... USA should have won. They just should have. They had the better roster. They had more opportunities in the game to score. But baseball, talk about for football, any given Sunday, baseball really is any given day, because you've seen the Brewers, went 6-0 against the Dodgers last year? Yeah. And lost in the postseason in 4.
Yeah.
So it's any day, and that's what makes it so fun.
Kind of maybe this will be something for next week and such, but right now, you picking the Dodgers to win the World Series or the field?
Dodgers.
So you'd take the Dodgers over the field?
I would take the Dodgers.
Okay. You got 29 other teams to choose from or such. You'd still go Dodgers?
I would love to pick the field. I would love to, but somehow they got better. I don't know how that's possible, but they got better, and that scares me.
And you know what really annoys me? Because I was talking about like Paul Skeens, and Paul Skeens was awesome in the World Baseball Classic and such. And, it's like Pirates did a little bit more this offseason. They spent more considering what they've spent in years past and such. And I don't think they're going to be all of a sudden a World Series contender and such. But nonetheless, you're already talking about where's Paul Skeens going to go in that, and if it is via a trade, because I think that would be one the Pirates would be stupid just to let him walk and not get anything in return. You instantly look at the Dodgers, and everybody just assumes the Dodgers because of money. But the thing that's so annoying is that they're the second best farm system too, so they have the prospects that they could trade over for a guy like Paul Skeens. That's the frustrating part, and it's a tip of the cap to them because they're a well-run franchise. They got everything working for them. They have money to spend, and obviously their scouts are doing a fantastic job, and their coaching staff is doing a fantastic job to where they've got the biggest salary in baseball, but the second best farm system, or for some, still the best farm system in all of Major League Baseball. Everything is working for them, and they're winning World Series too. So it's like everything. It's like they got it all figured out, it seems like.
I saw a stat the other day where Dodgers have more payroll this year than Team USA, which is crazy. But everybody hates the Dodgers. I don't mind them. Why? Because the Mets have the money, and they're not spending it. The Giants have the money.
Well, Mets are spending it, but they're not spending it wisely, maybe.
Yeah, but the Dodgers are saying, we want championships, and they're going and getting them. I mean, they're not the only team with money. The Angels are in L.A. too. Yeah. Or not L.A., but they're in
Los
California
Angeles
too.
of Anaheim.
They can spend the money too. The Dodgers are the team that's actually like, we're just going to do it. And so I was telling my brother, though, I think that if the Brewers were to ever make a big move and sign somebody to a monster deal, I would want Paul Skeens.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Just if we're going to give one person a deal, trade for Skeens and get him in Milwaukee.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I do think, I was watching some other clips, and I think it was a John Smoltz interview, and he was asked about like what player kind of really, maybe did the world or the nation kind of get to know more of, and he picked Bryce Terang. And he said it was Bryce Terang, and he talked about how Mark DeRosa just kept singing the praises of Bryce Terang and such. And I mean, it's hard to not argue that. You look at that lineup, and you got Bryce Harper, you've got Aaron Judge, you've got Bobby Witt Jr., Roman Anthony's a youngster, but he's a top prospect that a lot of people kind of already knew ahead of time. And, Cal Raleigh and all those. And then it's like Bryce Terang's at the bottom lineup hitting almost 400. We know about the defense and such, but it's just he has been so fun over the last few years to see him continue to get better and better and better. And, he's pricing himself out of Milwaukee. We know that. But, again, you look at the depth that they've got in the farm system. It's like they're prepared for that whenever that time comes, although hopefully it's not for a few years yet because they still have all those arbitration years for Bryce Terang and that. But that is definitely, I would say, he is definitely a guy. And I think if you're a Brewers fan, you look at that. You saw Jackson Chourio on a world stage. Contreras was there, a little bit more known commodities and such. But Luke Fisher for Team Italy. I think now Brewers fans are like, okay, is that our third baseman now? Dude was absolutely raking for Team Italy over at third base. So I think if you're a Brewers fan, you look at the World Baseball Classic as a whole and say, we were well represented. Zerpa pitched well.
He looked untouchable.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you are the Brewers right now, you got to be feeling, okay, that trade now and bringing in Zerpa, we feel maybe a little bit better or feel a lot better with him coming in here too. So I think if you're the Brewers or the Brewers, a Brewers fan, you look at that World Baseball Classic and you're like, hey, we represented really well as a franchise with a lot of our players there.
I would love to know what the Brewers think of Fisher. Just because, I mean, he was seeing MLB pitching. Yeah. And he was hitting almost 400. Mm-hmm. Like, when could we see him is my question. I don't think it's this year. But if he's going to do that, get him on the team as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he definitely, for Brewers fans that maybe not follow like the minor leagues or the prospects or just don't know a whole lot about them, they probably do now. Yeah. I would hope so, that you do know. You know Jesus Mate. Now you know Fisher. So, yes, he was a first-round pick in that, but going on the world stage like that and performing the way he did was pretty darn cool. So, it made me more excited for baseball season, I think, too, after watching the World Baseball Classic. So, All right, we got to take our final break, and then we're at halftime. Continue to send us your Final Fours. How far do you have Wisconsin going, and who's your national champion? All right, hit us up with a text or join in on the Section 105 video chat. Quick break, and we'll be back to wrap up the second hour after these quick words. Pain doesn't have to slow you down, and at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, their experienced team is focused on getting you back to doing what you love, whether that's competing on the field or staying active or simply moving without discomfort. From joint pain and sports injuries to advanced surgical and non-surgical treatments, they provide a personalized care designed around you. Local experts, advanced techniques, real results. If pain is holding you back, take the next step towards recovery. Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, helping you move better every single day. Vikings fans, you should be pumped. Carson Wentz just re-signed, so you've got a quarterback controversy going on now. You got 3 former top 10 picks with Carson, Kyler, and J.J. McCarthy now all on the roster. So there you have it. Quarterback controversy. I'm kidding. So we got a few picks here. Surveyor. Surveyor already looked up your bracket, but he's got the greatest 4 days in sports history is here. I've got Wisconsin advancing to Sweet 16 before falling by 2 to Arizona. National championship comes back to the Big Ten and Illinois. John says Final Four is Duke, Houston, Arizona, and Tennessee. Championship game is Houston versus Arizona, with Houston winning. Also have Wisconsin losing to Arizona. Dave says Badgers going to Sweet 16, both by brackets, both times losing to Arizona. And in one bracket, Arizona wins it all. The other, Michigan, wins it all. That's the other thing, too. How many brackets do you usually do? I've only done one. Bracket of integrity, man. I only do one. Bracket of integrity. I used to do brackets with people that would do like 4 or 5. I got to go with the one sheet. Bracket of integrity.
Good for you. I do a lot.
Because the thing for me, it would probably just really upset me if I did 2 of them, and I would be like, why didn't I just combine these? Like, if I would combine them, I'd have the best so that would just annoy me. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to cut it down to 1. And because it would really annoy me is if, like, I had the same amount of points on each one. I was like, I scored 90 points on this. 90 on that one. That didn't really do anything for me. So I just stayed
I do have an excuse that I'm in, our family does a bracket challenge every year, and then I'm in 2 friend groups with bracket challenges. So, but I do a lot. Yeah. It's just fun to me. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I just like filling them out, and maybe getting $1 million sometime. But.
Right. John with a takeover Thursday. Clay Matthews in his prime or Micah Parsons? Who would you take? To me, that's kind of easy.
Yeah.
I'm going Micah. Parsons. That's not a knock on Clay Matthews, but I'm going Micah Parsons.
I mean, you've seen what he's done his first.
Yeah.
How many years?
Yeah, I'm going Micah Parsons. So again, that's nothing against Clay Matthews or such, but I'm going. I'd go Micah Parsons with that one, because I think Micah Parsons is a very Reggie White-esque. Not saying he is, but that type of game record, game changer. And Clay was. I mean, he had a couple really like all-pro great years with Green Bay. I don't want to take that away, but give me Micah.
Yeah.
I'm taking Micah in that instance. So Micah's better at his prime right now than Clay was at his prime. I don't think that's hot take or anything.
Mm-mm.
So continue to send over your Takeover Thursday questions. You can text those on over to us, 715-830-1912, or you can join in on the video stream if you would like. Also, Jake is going to be joining us, DNR Warren Jake, at 8:30 at the bottom of the hour. So if you got any questions, please, now is the time. You have to send those on over right now. All right? You have to do it right now in the next, let's say, 10 minutes or so we can get those passed along to Mr. Jake. So, all right. So, yeah, we got that. Also, what is, if anybody else has any more Enough's Enough, send those on over too. Dave, love the bracket integrity, LOL. I'm kind of a integrity type of person.
Yeah.
Not really, but it's just mine is because I don't want to stress myself out any more than I have to, because I would. I stress out about stupid stuff. So that's why I stopped playing fantasy football.
Oh.
I stress myself out over it because I don't want to ever get in the situation where I need Justin Jefferson to score 3 touchdowns over Green Bay to win my fantasy football league. I don't want to go through that in life. So I stopped.
Yeah.
I retired on top, winning like 3 years in a row. I'm like,
wow.
But I don't want to get into that situation anymore. I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like the Badgers can bust my bracket. Like, they're the only team that can. But
yeah, exactly.
They can.
I'll be happy if they make the Final Four or national championship. I don't care.
I mean, I don't even care if they beat Arizona, and then lose. I'm okay with that.
Yep. Gray Man Mike. Oh, this came in kind of wonky here with he tried to do the bracket wise here. Michigan State, Houston, Arizona. This takes time to text it like this. Arizona, Michigan State, Michigan. So another one. I think because we had somebody else earlier say that, and Michigan winning it all. The Badgers losing to Arizona, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make the Final Four. Injuries gave them depth, and they are healthy now. So, all right, can anybody top? I want to know anybody who fills out 4 or 5 or more brackets. I want to see who's out there that because I remember when I was in high school, there was somebody that was in our bracket stuff that would do 5, and I just dude, you're insane. He's also a compulsive gambler, so I mean that's part of it. But I gotta know if anybody out there does double digit brackets,
that's
legit, not just for fun, but legit. We'll throw in there double digit brackets. What's the highest? Let's see if we can find the highest person. So, what's the most you've turned in for a bracket challenge? Let's just put it out there. So, oh no, never mind. All right. I want to talk a little football coming up in the next hour or two because there is something that's potentially coming down the wire in the NFL that is going to conjure some bad memories here in a little bit. So we'll tell you the latest on maybe replacement officials again.